Hard choices in Aleppo, today on The World. I'm Marco Werman. Today's planned evacuation of civilians from Aleppo never happened. More bombs fell on the city, and yet some residents are still reluctant to go.
Who wants to leave their home and their land, and we may not come back again.
Plus, is the ongoing bombing of civilians in Aleppo a crime?
It's certainly a war crime in this case. It's in the context of ending a war or a battle within a war by simply exterminating the population in that place.
And later on the show, the Iowa farmer who played host to Xi Jinping years before Xi became China's president.
We talked about the importance of trade and the roles that the U.S. and China play in helping to feed the world.
Those stories coming up today on The World. Thank you for being with us. We start today in Aleppo, the besieged city of Aleppo. Only thing, it's not really a besieged city anymore. Today, rebels hold a single square mile of territory. Despite attempts at a ceasefire, fighting continued today. 26-year-old Syrian Lina al-Shami is a former architecture student now living in the besieged corner of eastern Aleppo. She was hoping that yesterday would bring some relief for her injured neighbors. They boarded buses expecting to be transported to safe areas, but the buses were turned back.
I moved from my house, and I'm not in my house, so we are gathering in another place. People were preparing themselves to evacuate the city and gathering their things. We have sent the first bus of the injuries to check the road, and we were surprised that Assad and Iranian militias prevented that bus from crossing and forced it to come back. And they said, let's postpone it till 5. And then we did that again at 5 a.m. in the morning, and they prevented that bus again from crossing. And then after a couple of hours, intense shelling and bombing, we're back again on the besieged districts. They were back to continue the genocide. People were shocked, were surprised. They didn't understand what is happening. There were an agreement. So after that, no one here can trust anything. No one here can trust Russia, which couldn't commit with the promise they made that this agreement will occur and that no one will attack civilians. If they do respect this international agreement, they wouldn't have done this.
And Lina, are you hoping to get on one of those buses?
Evacuating us from our city, from our homes, is another crime. And what should have happened if we were living in a justice world to stop the bombing, to treat the injuries, to let the aids and the goods enter the city. But unfortunately, no one was making any effort in that side. We are forced for this solution, even it's not fair.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you're seeing leaving Aleppo as kind of turning your back on your own city. Is that right?
Yes, of course. Who wants to leave their home and their land, and we may not come back again.
On the other hand, if you stay, you're risking your life. If the bus came today and said, definitely safe passage out of the city, would you leave?
Yeah, absolutely. Anything that saves the people's life from this genocide is welcomed, even though we don't want to leave our homes. But it seems that it is the last solution in this injustice world.
It sounds like that first bus, it was really the injured who were looking for help to get out of the city. So where are those people now? Back in Aleppo?
Yeah, they're back. They're back, and they stayed several hours there in that cold weather.
What about you? Are you with your family right now?
I'm with my friend's family.
What about food? Are you in an apartment somewhere?
Yeah, everyone have brought something from their apartment. Yeah, we are managing it.
Lina, just tell me a little more about yourself. What were you doing when the war started? What have you been doing the last 5 years? Are you a student?
I was an architect student, and I participated in the demonstrations at my university, and I was exposed to arresting. They were threatening me just because I have protested, and after a year it wasn't bearable anymore, so I decided to leave regime-held areas and move to the revolutionaries held areas.
You know, a few years ago, it was really hard to find anybody who would admit that they were part of the democracy uprising in Syria.